So I'm not normally one to venture my opinion on much of anything in this world, but I gotta put this out there for posterity, I guess. I've been riding road bikes for a long time. Long time now. Anyhow, about a year ago, well, about 2 years ago now, I got so fed up with having flat tires all the goddamn time that I went online and looked up, does anybody make a tire, an airless tire, solid rubber tire that rides the way you want? And it comes up and it tells me, well, there's this company called Tannus, Tannus. And I thought, well, worth a shot. So I ordered a pair of these things. And they're like $65 a pop, something like that. About like a normal tire would be, a normal, decent Continental or something. But they're solid rubber, You can order them based on, how many pounds of air you normally like to ride. Like I get the hardest ones. I think they're supposed to be equivalent to 100 or 115 pounds, probably 110, 115 pounds of air. And there's I think there's three different grades. Anyway, these things they're incredible. I mean, you wouldn't know that you weren't on, normal pneumatic tires. The only way, I'll tell you what, you would know that you're not on normal pneumatic tires because they don't go flat. You cannot get a flat. They're never low. You don't get a staple in them. You don't get anything. They just go. They're absolutely the greatest thing ever. I would never, you'd have to put a gun to my head to get me to switch back to pneumatic tires at this point, to normal tubes and tires. And they're lighter. They're actually a smidgen lighter than normal tires. They're the greatest thing ever. I mean, and I'm not messing around here. Look at this wheel. Where can I get this in the light? This is my front wheel I pulled off my one bike yesterday. I mean, I wear stuff up. Look at this. I rode this thing till the brake pads wore through the sidewall of the rim, and the rim came apart, right? And yet, this tire, it's still fine. It's barely worn in. Once you ride a few thousand miles, they'll get a little bit of a flat spot, and if you really care, you can swap them out at that point. But yeah, these things are incredible. The first time well, not this one, it was my pair before this, because I've put them on all my bikes at this point. I went about 1.5 miles on the thing, and all of a sudden there's this dunk, 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 dunk. And I'm thinking, oh, what the hell have I got myself into here? So I stop and spin the thing around, and I got a goddamn drywall screw 1.5 inches long sticking out of it. That would have gone straight through a normal tire and left me walking home. But with these things, you just rip the drywall screw out and go on your merry way. And if you really look close, I mean, if I really spun this thing around and looked, I'm sure there's chunks of glass and thorns and everything else in it, but it doesn't matter. They just go. Anyway, I cannot recommend these things enough. I don't know how I mean, the amount of miles I've walked home, ridden home on flats, on race wheels, on expensive wheels, and, just because I was so fed up with walking home. And anyway, I mean, the amount of time I've spent, and we all have spent, dealing with flats and every other goddamn thing. And these things are incredible. Let's see. Can you read their name? Look, Tannus. There's their name. Anyway, I don't know. Every time I've dealt with them, ordering stuff or tweaking around with an order or anything, they're the nicest people to deal with, and these tires are above and beyond fantastic. If you're not already riding them, I don't know why, unless it's just because you haven't heard of them. But these things, you will never switch back. So there's my 2 cents worth in 4 minutes and change, and I hope it does somebody some good. So good luck to you.